I don't suppose one should be greatly surprised that the Peter Lynch story has produced a wealth of response. Social media is literally throttled, choking with comments about Peter Lynch. And yes, I feel a lot of sympathy. Darren Wilson says to me in the comments under my stuff, sorry to have to correct you, but there is a police body cam footage easily accessible online showing Lynch assaulting the police with others who had to repel him with their riot shields. Be he a teenager, dad, or granddad, has zero influence on the story. It's like saying that Chris Carber verdict could be reversed had he been a granddad solely because he was a granddad. The Chris Carber thing is irrelevant in that sense, I think, Darren. But if you go to the if you go to the information that has occurred that is sort of online, first of all, I can't find the footage of Peter Lynch involved in pushing forward against the rioters' shield. That doesn't seem to exist. I think this is something that has been put out as a concept, but is not backed up with reality. What is backed up is this statement by the recorder of Sheffield, Judge Jeremy Richardson, KC, who said, "You did not yourself attack any police officer," so denying that footage exists, as far as can be detected. But what you did was encourage by your conduct others to behave violently, and you were part of this mob. What a disgraceful example you are as a grandfather. And Lynch had the placard saying, talking about the corruption of MPs, judges, the media, and the police. This is a sort of conspiracy theorist obsession, I think, and the body worn footage, the body camera footage, gets records Lynch screaming, "You are protecting people who are killing our kids and raping them," and calling the police scum. Now, Lynch had medical issues. He had diabetes, thyroid issues, angina, and he'd recently had a heart attack. And he was talking about protect my children. We are on the streets now to protect our kids. My point, and I want to emphasize it again because I think it's important, and I don't want to go down the conspiracy theory route, and I don't also want to go down the team's route. I'm not on one team or the other. My theory is that Lynch was effectively manipulated by social media, by politicians who have deflected or who have channeled the frustrations over Brexit into frustrations over immigration. And Lynch is there leading that mob. Now, I don't think what Lynch did was the right thing to do. I don't, for example, take the view, as Isabel Oakeshott does, that he's a political prisoner or was a political prisoner. I think that's absurd. What I do say is that some of the major players in that deflection process have not faced trial, have not been called to testify, have not been examined, and have watched as other people in this drama have been imprisoned for effectively carrying out the sort of ideas that were being put out into the Twitter sphere. And if Lynch can be held responsible for ideas simply because he was present when the mob attacked, then others should also be held responsible for their ideas, even if they were not directly present on the street when the mob attacked, particularly those people who have senior positions in politics. Politics comes with responsibility, and we need to take that responsibility. And the Recorder of Sheffield says about the placard, what was the meaning of the placard? He said, it's, or he asks, what was the meaning of the placard? And Ian West, who was defending Lynch, said, it's a general conspiracy theory that anyone and against anyone and any form of authority. And I think that is really the problem, and we've got to a point where we are questioning, where in order to grab political power, key players in politics are questioning the authority of the system, the state, and that's a way to bring it into chaos. I think the state needs to be held to account, and that's why it's so important that we have an effective and a good opposition. But the point about being the opposition is that it is defined as His Majesty's loyal opposition. And we have strayed into the arena of chaos and riot, and that cannot be tolerated. So yes, I have great sympathy for Lynch. I have great sympathy for Connolly. And I think there is an element of two-tier policing. But it's certainly not the two-tier policing that Farage would want to identify, or Isabel Oakeshott wants to identify. And I think it's the real driving force behind the mob violence, the frustrations, is this baying political class that wanted Brexit, that got Brexit, and realizes it's not what they wanted. And they want someone to blame. And I think we need to be really careful about imprisoning people who are in so many ways victims of this movement. Did they do the right thing? No, they didn't. They did the wrong thing. They were very foolish. Do they deserve this amount of imprisonment, this amount of punishment? No. I don't think they do. Not if the ringleaders get away with it.